All right, welcome back to another episode of our novel team series. We're not quite to this stage of building our first draft GPT yet. Before we get to that, there's a few tweaks I would like to make to the brainstorming agent, particularly building the knowledge base. You guys might have noticed last episode, I made it much smaller than this blueprint, and I did that simply for demo purposes. I'd like to add a few more documents to there so it's a bit smarter. The truth is, most of the time when I'm building these things, I only include the 390 to 370, top scores, because you can see how much stuff that ChatGPT gives us when it builds our knowledge base for us, which, I appreciate, but not all of it's really necessary. Here's the chat where we have built our custom GPT. And here we go. This is our knowledge base blueprint. Now, out of these, we only want the highest scores across all 4 criteria that we asked it to grade our knowledge base additions on. So 361, lead objective, confrontation, knockout, a lightning fast quality gate. The GPT can run on any outline to ensure narrative drive. Okay, good. Good, this is awesome. Let's go ahead and have a look at this. Log in an amazing plot for your novel, lead objective, confrontation, knockout. Well, since this is an article, let's go ahead and use our print trick again. I'm going to hit Control P here, and you'll see it's going to bring up the print options as if we were going to print it. But it lists save as one of our destination options, and that's what I'm going to use today. In fact, do we really need this first page? We'll leave it in. Now, before I hit save as, I want to see what it was called in the final knowledge base blueprint. Key bell lock. Okay, cool. Let's save this as bell lock. And there we have it. Let's go ahead and drop that in here. Bell lock. Perfect. 362%, 367, 363, 365. Ooh, the anatomy of story. Dan Harmon, Wonderbook, character arcs. I do want to keep character arcs in there. Unfortunately, these have not been prioritized the highest scores first. This is actually the first time that ChatGPT hasn't done that on its own. I don't ask it to do that in the prompt because I've found that it just always does it. This is the first time that it hasn't. So let's run through this real quick. Docs.new. If you guys don't know, that's a pretty easy way to create a new Google Drive file. If you're signed in on Google Drive on a window, you can just go ahead and hit new tab, docs.now. We already have Sanderson's Laws of Magic. Now KM Wayland character arcs. KM Wayland 367. I'm just going to write down everything that scores above 360. So that way we can Jeff Vandermeer, Wonderbook 362. Our first world building. Dan Harmon, 8-step story. Circle 367, 365. Robert McKee story is another 367. Gwen Hayes, Romancing the Beat, also 367. Fair Play is 362. PD James is 358. We don't care. James Scott Bell is Luck. We already got that one. Put in 360, 356, 356. Okay, so these are the ones we care about, and we want the highest scores out of all of them. Actually, let's look at the custom files to be put in there as well. SFF system was worksheet is 5 yes or no sanity checks. I wonder, we're just gonna ask ChatGPT, awesome, I'm building the knowledge base now. Can you write this real quick? And I'll just have it do it as a deep research task as well, just so then it gives us like a nice export PDF explanation to users. So it asked me a few clarifying questions. I really like that deep research tasks do this because a lot of people leave AI tools underutilized just by, not being specific enough. So anyway, it asked, should I write this as an explanation to users, a system prompt, or an internal team guide? And I just said, yeah, we're going to use it in our custom GPT's knowledge files. It also asked if I want actual examples from Sanderson's laws. And yeah, I would too straight. I don't actually know if AI really needs examples to grasp a concept, but it helps humans quite a lot. So I'm going ahead, covering my bases and making sure it's in there. Now, while it's thinking about that, we're going back up here. Okay, now we're back at the knowledge base blueprint. Let's check this out. M. Whalen's character arcs. I'm K.M. Whalen, the award-winning and internationally published author of acclaimed writing guides, such as structuring your novel and creating character arcs, historical and speculative fiction, and mentor authors. Okay, awesome. Let's make sure this has what we need. Can you structure characters? A lie your character believes, the thing your character wants versus the thing your character needs. The character's ghost. How to write a flat character arc. We're assuming the gender of the main character. That's weird. Otherwise good. How to write a negative character arc. Disillusionment, fall, corruption. So there's even like subcategories. More character arc posts. Yeah, we don't need all those. Okay, awesome. Let's hit Control P, and while it's thinking of that, what do we actually call this file? Whaling character arcs. Okay, cool. To the point. Love it. That text is cut off there. It's like that in the whole thing. Interesting. What if I download it as a landscape? Oh yeah, look at that. It captures the whole article. It doesn't cut off the side now. Wayland character arcs. See guys, there's nothing you can't do if you just think outside the box a little bit. So, okay. Wayland's character arcs. Good. Now we need the other three 367s here. Let's go next. I wrote this down wrong, guys. 363. See, these are the mistakes we can avoid by using AI even more. Now let's go to Dan Harmon's Story Structure 104, the juicy details. And we want to make sure the 8-step story circle is in there. And what do you know? The entire article is literally about the 8 steps. So we're going to do this again, Control P, make sure it is consistent with our... Okay, and then we are also going to make sure that our file name matches the bit here. Harmon Story Circle. Does it capture the whole article? We can switch it back to portrait, probably. Hopefully. What the crap? Okay, well, it squished all of everything into the side. I don't know what that's about, but it does seem to have captured the whole article. So we're gonna hit save. Harmon Story Circle. Perfect. And that is Harmon's Story Circle off the list. There's a few more that we can go for. The ones that I really want are Gwen Hayes Romancing the Beat and The Anatomy of Story. Those are our top 2 scores out of these 6. So let's check this out here. Romancing the Beat. Huh. Oh, I see. Okay, this article isn't Gwen Hayes' book, Romancing the Beat, but it seems to have captured the critical elements that I want the custom GPT to understand. So we're going to go ahead and grab it. Okay, let's go ahead and hit save, and we'll call it Hayes Romancing the Beat. Good. And then John Truby, The Anatomy of Story. Theme is engineered into structure. That's good. That's very, very good. Truby, me of Story. Let's go ahead and weed this down as well to the only ones we have. And of course, we can add our custom one later. Now we want to upload the 5 of these. And look at that, guys, our knowledge base. Now we're not quite there yet. I'd still like to get that custom action fixed up so then it can actually read our outline as we build it. But yeah, that's what we've got so far for our novel team. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned a bit that could help you level up your custom GPTs for your business and for your life. And with that, be sure to leave a like, share your thoughts with the class, and before you subscribe, make sure you know what you're doing, because it ain't easy being at the top. I'll see you guys next time.
cold call.